Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, April 10th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Yahoo! That's right, folks. Another exciting Thursday night to talk about all the spectacular things happening in the world of pro wrestling. I'm talking matches, segments, title changes, returning legends, incredible pay-per-view events, and more. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of The Ravens Flock. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files by Typewriter for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the hours on behind all the videos on the channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the mister.
All right, folks, and much like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen, click the bell icon to enable notifications, leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everybody know that you are here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, and making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work 9-to-5 jobs just to keep our lights on. However, there is a way that you can help rescue us from this dim and dismal, abominable fate of monetary subservience and seriously bummed out nerds. Just freaking support us the way you've been doing this whole time, folks. The way you have been ever since we got started on this channel, by simply sharing our content, supporting us by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell for all of our alerts. Also, remember to follow Lisa Boo's example. I'm not trying to call her out in a negative way. Follow her in example in a positive way, because she likes to leave comments not just during the stream, but afterwards as well. That's a little trick that the algorithm likes to see. It tells people that you want more people to see this programming. You want more people to see this content. So help some flockers out, you mother flockers, and help us reach more folks by helping us work this silly machine and getting get more people to watch our programming. And the more people who come our way, the more subscribers we'll have. The more subscribers we have, the more Inner Flockers we'll have. And before you know it, we'll finally be self-sufficient in a way that'll be in a best way to help us grow and allow us to actually be independent. So with your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below. And you get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hey, up in the chat, I see Mr. Quake, the aforementioned Lisa Boo, and of course Nikki Bella holding it down in the chat. We appreciate everyone joining us here. But pray tell, Jose, what is it exactly that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Folks, we are drawing so close. We are about a week. 1 week away from WWE WrestleMania in Las Vegas. That's right. Oh my God, and things are heating up for WrestleMania weekend.
Well, a week and some change if you want to get granular. Like, okay, more like 8 days away from WrestleMania, but whatever, that's not the important.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's counting?
People who are neurotically obsessive with numbers, okay?
So you.
No, not me.
I'm joking.
I'm not neurotically obsessed with numbers. I'm unfortunately burdened with numbers, all right? Numbers are screwing with my life. I have to maintain freaking call disposition numbers, and I have to maintain numbers on my caloric intake. I have to maintain my sugar intake, and I have to numeralize all that. There are numbers everywhere, and they're trying to rule my life.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me like that. That's a dirty, filthy butt lie.
Okay, so moving on.
No, you don't dare to try to move on. I am expressing some serious, horrible pain.
Well, you know what, Wancho? You know what that sounds like?
What?
That sounds like the ramblings of a man who is blowing a whole lot of steam, but is running on empty.
You're damn right I'm running on empty. I'm running on fumes. I have to do so much stuff. I've got my secret project I'm working on with all the freaking homework that I tell you about. You think I'm complaining about numbers now? Wait till you actually see the numbers I have to work with.
All right, shut up. Nobody cares about your homework, you slack-jawed idiot.
What's the point you're getting at here?
My point is,
fumes.
My point is, you angry ape, is that you need a dose of energy. And I'm not talking about a regular run-of-the-mill energy. I'm talking glitch energy.
Okay, as they called me an ape, which is why we here at the Raised Flock are proud to once again partner up with our friends at Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens Flock, with 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. And if you want to make sure that you go to glitchenergy.com, make sure that you have their page bookmarked, make sure that you're subscribed to their emailing list, because you never know when a new flavor or a new product hits their storefront. Isn't that right, Jose?
That is correct. If you take a look at their menu right now, they have two very popular products that's currently selling. Right now, they have the Quest item inspired by Medieval Dynasty, and it is a sweet apple flavor for those apple lovers out there. And they also have Level Up Lemonade, which is a combination, which is pink lemonade inspired by the Level Up Arena.
Yep, the premier gaming arena of epic death and destiny that Angel wishes he could go live in, but he can't because it's full of gamers. Emphasis on the MERS and not the gay part, but mostly MERS.
How
also,
ironic.
He doesn't want to go to St. Louis, Missouri, so that's a him problem.
Well, I mean, who wants to go into state of misery?
I don't. Brainstorm went to misery one time. It was horrible.
Exactly. That's why it's called Misery. Missouri. Anyway, so folks, if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you will receive a 20% discount on your order. So don't delay. Go to glitchenergy.com, level up lemonade, go on the epic quest for your quest for some sweet apple flavor. Use our promo code right now. Get your Glitch Energy today.
We want to once again thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock.
Today.
And other days.
But yes, folks, we are on the road to WrestleMania. NXT Stand and Deliver is also happening on the same Saturday as WrestleMania Night 1 on an earlier time. TNA is also gearing up for their pay-per-view event, the returning pay-per-view called Unbreakable, which is happening on Friday night, April 18th, the night before WrestleMania in Las Vegas. And AEW has wrapped up their pay-per-view event of AEW Dynasty, which was last Sunday on April 6th over in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So in West Philadelphia, born and raised, Moxley and Swerve had a title match where everyone plays chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. And I'm going to try and stop because I did not plan this at all.
Oh, yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Wow, no, nothing? No, it's just like, I'm just like... Yeah, no,
No, I'll give you something. This is for my own personal amusement. Fuck Swerve Strickland. More on that later.
Let's go. Yeah, more on that later, because god dang it, Swerve. What the hell are you doing, sticking your foot in your mouth like this?
For now, let's go ahead and review this week's edition of WWE's NXT. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, here we go. We are still in the weeds right now. We're still trying to decide who is going to be who is going to face the NXT Women's Champion, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. And there's only one way to settle it: when two women are strong and powerful and hate the ever living shit out of each other.
And they're both hot as hell.
Throw them in a fight. Fucking let them fight.
Let them fight, yeah.
We've got the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace, going one-on-one against Jada Parker.
All right, let's see how this turns out. The Juggernaut versus Jada Parker over here. These two ladies have been jumping each other left, right, and center over the last couple weeks, and this shit's gotta end. So let's see which of them actually gets to take on Stephanie Vaquer at Stand and Deliver.
Exactly. Less than a month ago, Jada Parker blindsided Jordynne Grace and staked her claim for the NXT Women's title. And then the week afterwards, Jordynne Grace cost Jada Parker the championship match against La Primera. And yeah, these two have been beefing, and now we're going to get to the big blow-off. And these two women would not wait another minute, because as soon as Jada Parker enters the ring, these two ladies started going at it.
What the hell?
Oh,
What is
yeah.
okay? All I see is the muscle mommy juggernaut Jordan Grace about to feed Jada Parker her whole fucking forearm.
Oh yeah, no. First they started tackling each other and started like fighting catfight style, like "Meow!" And
Really? Like actually rolling around and blah 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 blah.
yes. And then Jordan Grace took control. Jordan Grace took control, hitting her with a basement elbow, with a basement forearm, as you can see. And she also hits a devastating Death Valley driver, but Jada Parker was able to kick out after two. Jordan Grace was able to, and Stephanie Vaquer was on commentary, but she offered very little to say, which is understandable considering, like she said, English is not her first language, so she gets an A for trying.
I guess. That's not even. That's
not even. Yeah.
Like, no, the point is she's there scoping her competition. I wonder which of these crazy bitches is going to try and take me. I will watch attentively, and I will watch with great interest. Haha.
I mean, she said less than that, but yes.
You know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean.
God.
But now, as the action continues, Jordan Grace continues the punishment onto Jada Parker, hitting her with an with this incredible leverage pin. But Jada Parker was able to kick out after two. And then there was a moment when both women were brawling in the ring apron, and it looked like Jordan Grace was gonna give Jada Parker an apron pile driver, which is a big no-no in the WWE. And then Jada Parker was going to reverse it, and then Jordan Grace eventually reversed it and tossed Jada Parker's ass back into the ring. Jada Parker was able to regain control and hit her corner, like, ass drop or whatever you want to call it. Then Jordan Grace was able to turn the tables yet again, and here's a spot where, unfortunately, Botchamania is going to flag this, because Jordan Grace tried to go for a suicide dive, but Jordan Grace, like, kind of fell short. Like, she dove through the ropes, but it looked like, I don't know, she must have tripped on the bottom rope, and then she fell down hard ways, and Jada Parker failed to catch her.
Oh no. Okay, so Jada Parker was too far to catch Jordan Grace?
Yeah.
And somehow, if I'm understanding this correctly, when Jordan Grace was trying to go through the ropes, her foot got caught on the lower rope and she got effed up for that?
Yeah, she got effed up for that. But they were able to continue the fight regardless. Jordan Grace is okay. She is fine. She's not injured. And then the action spilled over at ringside. Jordan Grace shoved Jada Parker onto Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer got physical. The match is thrown out in a disqualification, and all three women are brawling with each other in the ring. And then out comes the returning former NXT Women's Champion, the beautiful madness that is Julia, and she destroys Stephanie Vaquer in the middle of the ring? What the fuck? Oh, shit!
I mean, she did put Julia out for a little bit.
Well, no. I mean, no, Stephanie Vaquer didn't injure Julia, if that's what you're implying.
You know what I'm saying? As in she defeated Julia so bad that Julia had to run away and lick her wounds kind of thing. I know that Julia had to take time. You don't have to tell me that stuff. We understand that there's shit that happens and you gotta accommodate for that stuff. I'm trying to say, within the story, she defeated her so badly that she's coming back for her revenge and she wants the championship. And she doesn't...
But Julia and Stephanie are best friends!
What are they?
They're best friends.
They're best friends, you say?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sure?
No. This doesn't apply. This doesn't apply.
Sure this doesn't apply?
This doesn't apply. Nope, because they're not our gender, and it's a disqualifier.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about this.
Sure about that?
I'm sure about that.
Okay.
Doesn't count. This doesn't count, Juan.
It doesn't sound like it doesn't count.
Because
it sounds like these two are really well versed with each other. They understand each other quite well. That their bond transcends friendship. Their bond is greater than just professional rivalry.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Jose, but it's starting to come off a little more like there's more to their relationship than meets the eye here, Jose. It's almost as if there's they're facing each other almost reluctantly, Jose.
But they're not brothers, they're sisters! It doesn't work, Juan!
Sentiment's the same in a Universal.
Miracles and brothers, but now we get the fatty intruder. Stop fit to the heart of the cards. No matter what, let the games begin.
If I don't break your soul at least one time this week, I'm not doing my job right.
Yes, they are sisters in bond.
Suffer! Suffer through the cringe and love it!
Shut up.
Learn to love the cringe, Jose!
Okay. All right. So yeah, and in a post and later in the evening, she was briefly interviewed outside in the NXT parking lot, and she pretty much said, "Stand and deliver, no friends. She wants her rematch." She kept it short, simple, to the point.
Yeah. The best way to help with women who don't speak English as their first language.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, it just makes them appear even more badass.
And it was also later announced on NXT that Stephanie Vaquer will defend her NXT Women's title in a fatal four-way match at Stand and Deliver. It'll be Stephanie Vaquer versus Julia versus Jordan Grace versus Jada Parker. Holy shit.
Yep, this is where we're headed, folks, and this is exactly where things are going. In terms of this Stand and Deliver fight. So go figure. With only 1 week to go, we have a nice little X factor to help feed the drama.
And hey, at least these women are playing along a lot better and more professional than Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
Ha! Oh God, folks.
Hey, Juan, remind me again. What is Charlotte's record in marriage?
0-3.
Woo!
Yep.
I'm sorry. She took her. She brought it on herself. Fuck her. Anyways. All right. I'm not gonna throw any more salt on the Flairs. Lord knows they already got enough of that thrown at them lately.
No, they have a lot of wooings being thrown their way.
What, you mean their woo energy?
Yeah, that woo energy with one of the key ingredients being the fucking not tardigrade. What's the fucking fungus from The Last of Us? What's it called again?
Don't remember.
Whatever. But point is, it's got the fucking Last of Us fucking fungus in it. Shit.
All right.
Hi, K-Storm.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the exciting match of the night here on NXT, and this is a tag match, playa.
Holla holla!
/ official NXT debut.
What the fuck?
That's right. I've been waiting to talk about this because I've been seeing these boys in action over on WWE Evolve.
Okay, so we have the tag team Fraxium.
The tag team against the tag team known.
Are these guys?
No. It's okay. I got this. These are a new tag team. They are under the WWE ID. They're called Swipe Right.
Because they're hunky boys?
Yes. Let me.
As in you swipe right on them on Tinder?
Oh my
Are you
god!
kidding me?
Oh my god! Give me a second here. I'm gonna pull up their info right now.
You pull that up. I'm gonna check the chat while we do that. Jamal Murray wannabe. Yep. Mysterious Madness. Beautiful Madness says Julia. Yeah. Tiffany and Charlotte was wild. She's my best friend, says Mr. Quake. Let's see. And Vicente Guerrero's in the chat. Hey, Vicente, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Not sure what fed it was, but former Impact Jobbers team C-Stars had one turn on the other, while C-Stars are sisters IRL. See? Yeah.
All right.
So
they're a team of Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Brad Baylor is the dude in the front with the boyish cute haircut, and Ricky Smokes is the guy in the back. They're both independent wrestlers signed with WWE ID, and they've been performing on WWE Evolve.
Cool. Let's see how well they do.
Oh yeah, these guys are really good. Let's go ahead and show off some photos of the tag match. And this is a non-title tag match. It's a little too soon. Check it out. Check out the presence. Check out the physiques. Check out the swagger of Swipe Right. These are certified chick magnets.
I don't know. There were already a pair of chick magnets once before. One of them went on to glory. The other, I don't know where he went. Jose, I don't want to come off sounding rude. I mean, seriously, I know that these guys are very young. They're very new to the business of pro wrestling. They're clearly there because they show a lot of potential. However, I have to say this. Their presentation here does feel a little reminiscent of something else.
Reminiscent? What are you talking about?
Let me just show you here. Let me just I'm sorry. You hear this? Rather, you see these boys, and this is what I hear. These fucking guys. You look so good to me. I mean, they're kind of pretty boys. I mean, they're very attractive, handsome young men, are they not? These are two strapping, handsome, attractive, clearly virile young men.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but maybe I am a horrible human being, but these guys give me this vibe, so I'm a little worried here.
All right. You dumbass. Oh, hang on a minute. They need longer tights, heartthrobs, Kid Romeo, Rico and Haas.
Charlie Haas meets Mean Street Posse.
Ah!
Swipe right is Eminem 2.0. No, not yet, not yet. They need a smoking, sexy Latina valet to join them. They're not Eminem yet until they have a smoking, sexy Latina to join them as their valet.
Yeah. Also, hi. Also, I forgot to say hi to Vicente Guerrero. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. All right, but yeah, these heartthrobs right here, these heartbreakers are here to take on the tag team of Fraxium. Let's go.
Homophobia! Anyway.
Let's go. Dumbass. Oh my god.
All right, let's get to the rest of the match, shall we?
Yeah, of course. I got pictures, bro.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and check it out, man. In the early goings of this match, it didn't take long for Swipe Right to gain control in the first couple of minutes. I kid you not. This match may not have been long, didn't go past a commercial break, but everything happened so fast. There was move after move after move, sequence after sequence. It was so quick the way they moved. And like I said, Swipe Right was able to gain control in the first couple of minutes, but Fraxium, of course, being the more experienced tag team, they were able to turn the tables on Swipe Right and hitting a series of simultaneous suicide dives. We got one right here by Nathan Frazier, knocking out one Stokes, and Axiom goes for a suicide dive, knocking out the other pretty boy. Now, when we get back into the ring, of course, we see a little bit more wrestling.
Nathan Young, what was it?
Hang on a minute. Their name is this guy's name is Brad Baylor. Brad Baylor's working over Axiom, keeping him locked in with the butterfly lock down below. These two, like, Swipe Right has some really amazing chemistry as a tag team, and they're really cool. Like, a lot of their moves are very, like, innovative. They're very, like, they're not high-flying per se, but their agility and the way they maneuver around the ring and the ring ropes really helps with their technical prowess.
So they're speedy, but they're not flippy dippy.
Precisely.
Okay, so they're not flippy dippy douchebags, but they are fast and they are, shall we say, tactful in the way they put up their offense over here.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
Juancho, you worded it perfectly.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And now, but then Nathan Frazier gets into hot tag, and Nathan Frazier is a ball of fire. He goes for a moonsault, lands on top of one of the dudes about to do a reverse DDT, grabs the other one, and does a double spot. He hits one guy with a DDT and the other guy with a reverse DDT. How awesome is that?
And that's it. Then we have what is this, a Spanish fly?
An avalanche Spanish fly by Axiom, knocking out Stokes, which allows Nathan Frazier to go to the top rope and hit the Phoenix Splash to pin and win. Your winners, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium. But what an incredible showing by Swipe Right.
Okay, so these new boys, I see that you are very taken by them. I see that you are impressed by them. What would you say they? How would you say they rate in terms of their like more technical wrestling, like mat wrestling and ground game and submission movement? Are they good on that department?
I think they're good on that department. I think there's definitely more room to grow for them as a tag team unit. They're definitely over with the crowd in WWE Evolve, but that's on a smaller scale. Like they definitely need to develop more with their personalities and develop and wrestle some more matches. You know, get their psychology more down, and then it's only a matter of time before we see them competing on the silver brand.
Yay! All right, glad to hear that.
I call it the silver brand because I really don't know what else to refer to NXT. Raw's the red brand, SmackDown's the blue brand. What are you going to call NXT? You can't call it a gold brand.
You could call it the platinum brand, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but until then, however, yeah. Sorry, no, but you showed me these boys, these guys who look like they had electrolysis done to remove their facial hair, like laser hair removal. They are that baby-faced and white meat baby-faced and that fucking plain and that clearly attractive and clearly meant to play on their sex appeal. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole thing again.
Okay, yeah, please don't. I don't want to get slapped with a copyright strike.
I'm not sorry!
Anyways, black and silver brand. Yeah, that works.
We sent it to Mr. Quake. It would be nice indeed if Reed Flair was still alive. He had a cage match rating of 7.0, so not a bad worker at all. Fuck heroin.
Fuck heroin.
Fuck heroin in the worst way.
All right. So, but Vicente,
hold on. What is Mr. Quake? Very punchable faces, but in a good way.
As in like they look like jackasses. The way
they look like little shit heels.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like Sammy Guevara. He's got a face you want to punch.
Yeah, but that's because Sammy Guevara is a punchable face guy.
That is true.
There's a difference.
All right, now let's go to the exciting segment featuring the newly crowned NXT North American Champion, Absolute Ricky Starks.
Ricky Saints.
Oh man, I gotta get that awful AEW taste out of my mouth. Absolute.
Might I recommend a swig of Glitch? It's not actually Glitch right now. You can't drink Glitch this late at night. It's just some pineapple punch.
Nah, I'm good. I got my drink.
You sure?
I'm good.
It's fantastic.
I'm fine. I got H2O on my side. Absolute Ricky Saints.
There you
Shut
go.
The fuck up.
You heard me. I was about to Gatorade H2O your ass.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear what the guy who's televising the revolution or whatever the thing is. Let's hear what Ricky's got to say. There.
All right, the former charismatic member of Team Taz got on the mic and he cut a really good babyface promo. He did say that he was happy. He did say that the revolution is being televised, and he backs up his words. And he is ready to defend the NXT North American title against any all-comers. He was a little taken back by Ethan Page, of course, sneaking up behind him after his victory, and he's got some unfinished business to settle with Mr. All Ego. But unfortunately, when you're a champion, you paint a big target on your back. And speaking of former AEW alumni, out comes Lexis King, the current NXT Heritage Cup champion, to make his case in wanting to add more gold to his collection, looking to become a champ in his own right.
All right. Okay. Well, Lexis King has been doing a damn good job working up his repertoire. He's got his personality down. He's got his persona down. He's clearly got potential, and the fact that they've got him with the Heritage Cup Championship under his belt, that means that there's room for him to grow any further. What the hell is Eddie Thorpe doing here?
Eddie Thorpe then came down and interrupted the proceedings and putting his name on the hat as well. He wants to challenge the North American Championship because it means a lot to his people, to his heritage. Since Eddie Thorpe is Native American, and this title means a lot, and this championship means a lot to him.
Okay, I understand that. All right, that's an interesting way to put it, and he can make this case. Eddie Thorpe has also been doing pretty well in terms of getting his arsenal on, and he has been showing a little bit more of a ruthlessness to him. So I guess he's got a bit of a case going on with it. Okay, now this is getting ridiculous. What the fuck is Wesley doing here with his Wesley Crushers over here?
Wesley because he couldn't let it go because he treats the North American title like it's his ex-girlfriend and he's very clingy and obsessive. He also wants to become a North American champion once again. Things got heated in this segment. Eddie Thorpe actually calls out Lexis King like, "Shut up! You're just another white guy who wants more. You're just another greedy white guy who wants more championship gold."
Oh my god.
It's so stupid.
Okay.
And amongst all the chaos, out comes Ethan Page, who snuck right behind Ricky Starks and hits the Twisted Ego in the middle of the ring.
God damn it, Ethan! The nerve! The gall! The audacity! And what's worse?
The
lack of socks! Unforgivable! Hang this man! Hang him and drown it!
What are those?
The nerve of this man! You think I'm only hating on him just because he's a heel? No way, man. Nobody is safe from my fashion faux pas wrath. Case in point, Absolute Ricky Saints, also here, proclaiming himself to be an unwashed heathen! Why? Why the fuck are these guys wearing no socks? It's nasty! It's fucking gross, man! I hate it! It's so fucking gross, man! What the actual shit, Ricky? God damn it, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us, Ricky! Don't you put that on us!
Hey, Juan, are you ready for things to get even more childish? Go to the next picture.
I don't know if I can handle this as
No. Because it's going to turn into one of the best traditions that we enjoy, Juan.
What do you mean?
You'll see. Because after Ricky Starks is laid out in the middle of the ring, the other four participants start grabbing the North American Championship as if Bart, Millhouse, and what's his face, and Martin are fighting over the first edition comic of Radioactive Man.
Oh my fucking god! Okay, number one, deep cut. Number two, these grown-ass men! Oh my fucking god! Why? Fucking why? Oh my god, this is hilarious. It gets worse, apparently.
Oh, it gets worse because now it's evolved into a Pier 6 brawl!
Pier 6 brawl! Pier 6 brawl! Pier 6 brawl! Pier 6 brawl!
Everybody brawled at ringside, and it all ends with Wesley doing a top rope tope over to knock out all the other participants, and the whole segment ends with an irate and rightfully pissed off Ricky Saints looking over and thinking, "Why wasn't I in the Pier 6 brawl? I was a sixth guy."
Wait, no, there's fifth guy.
Wait, no, hang on a minute. No. There's either Paige, Eddie Thorpe, Lexis King, Wesley,
and
Ricky Saints. Oh, never mind.
Ricky Saints.
Well, the point is, he's pissed off.
5 guys. Okay, 5 guys in one
title
ring.
Picture. Yep. I'm sure they'll address it. After all, NXT Stand and Deliver is next week, so there's plenty of time.
2 words. Iron Survivor. That would be my bet.
Normally I would agree with you. However, WWE has treated the Iron Survivor match as a staple for NXT Deadline, which is at the end of the year.
True, but Iron Survivor.
The only other option I can think of is a ladder match, but they already have a ladder match for the NXT Women's North American title. Are you going to have 2? Because that would be silly.
No, that would be very silly. That'd be very odd. Okay.
We'll see how they address it next week. But let's go ahead and move on to the match of the night.
All right. I'll go ahead and I'll pull that up over here while this is happening. I'm also showing in the chat Mr. Quake going off on these guys. He's a natural heel, so let's see here. Ball of the Future is Bright. They still involve Black and Silver Brand. I played So Cold Balu, so okay, yeah. I see what's up here. Wesley needs to be NXT champion, not NXT North American champion. Yeah, but then again, Wesley's picking fights everywhere he can.
Yeah, pretty much. I had spiteful teachers.
Yeah. I mean, obey your thirst. Spite.
All right,
Okay,
this
so-
is a tag match, playa.
Holla, holla.
The team of, once again, Hank and Tank going up against the team of Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen representing the Culling.
Okay, explain.
Once again, Hank and Tank are trying to find their own identity as a tag team, and for the past month, I want to say, they've been seeking advice. They got advice from the Hardy Boys. They got advice from the Motor City Machine Guns. They got stupid advice from Pretty Deadly. And so far, nothing has worked for these guys because they've been on a losing streak. And these guys are just trying their best and just wrestling in their own ways. So, and meanwhile, Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen got a little bit of a good motivational pep speech from Sean Spears. More on that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and show pictures of the tag match.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain how things go. Oh, God.
Well, first of all, damn WWE, I know you got high resolution photos, but Jesus!
Jesus is right.
And I'm not kidding, and this isn't Twitter. Like, this is directly from WWE.com.
Seriously, guys, what the fuck?
All right, so things are not looking very good. Like as you can see here, Nico Vance has got Tank Ledger grounded down with a sleeper hold, and I promise you, this match is not going to last long for Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank was able to put up a valiant effort, especially Hank Walker getting the hot tag in, and he tries to lay out, and he lays out Brooks Jensen over here with a flying, looks like a flying cross chop. So
Good on him.
Good on him, indeed. But then, just as the babyfaces were gaining momentum, Tank Ledger was taken out. Well, actually, yeah. First, go ahead and show that. Yeah, Tank Ledger was taken out at ringside, and Hank tried to go to the top rope and tried to hit a swanton bomb, but then Brooks was able to dodge out of the way, and Hank Walker ate shit. And what did you notice, Juan?
No, just the face here.
The face.
I look at this face while this guy is swanton bombing, and my brain immediately thought Ricky Bobby while he was upside down. Like, yep, I'm flying in the air. That's not good.
Yeah.
Like, he knew he was fucked, and there's nothing he could do to stop it.
All right, go ahead and put it back to normal, please.
That's what I'm in the middle of doing. Don't push me.
Yeah.
Don't push me.
Unfortunately, despite Hank and Tank's silly yet heartful efforts, it was not enough to battle against the tag team power of the Culling, as Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen hit their tag team finishing move to pin and win. Your winners, the Culling.
Boo.
Boo.
Okay, well, they won the match. Good for them for that. Hank and Tank, thanks for coming out. Your check will be in the mail. But how is this particular match as bad as you're saying it is?
Because I'm fucking tired of seeing the same shit with Hank and Tank. And yes, Mr. Quake pointed it out. There was a segment where they were greeted by the WWE Tag Champions, the Street Profits, and the Street Profits made it pretty simple. Dudes, just be yourselves.
And they were like, what do these guys know? Kind of thing.
Well, they were a little more receptive to it. I mean, even though the Street Profits are heels, the Street Profits were actually delivering like a babyface motivational speech, like, be you, be yourselves.
Man.
And that wasn't enough.
Nope. That's because yourselves suck.
Pretty much. And now let's get to this weird segment that I want to talk about. And this is a sit-down video segment featuring the Culling. All the members of the Culling, including the former NXT North American champion, Sean Spears.
All right, so the Perfect 10 and his Culling people are culling about. What's going on?
All right, so first of all, the members of the Culling were disappointed, and they were upset that that Ricky Saints won the NXT North American title from Sean Spears, and they were trying to say like, "Oh, Sean, don't worry, we're gonna do whatever it takes to get it back. That what happened to you was a robbery and all that stuff." But then Sean's like, "Listen, guys, it's okay." He literally said, "It's okay. It was good being a champion while it lasted." And then he redirected this speech to address the group, saying like, "Listen, when I started the Culling, it wasn't about me. It was about you. It was about elevating each and every one of you in the culling. And he gave this like motivational rah-rah speech to pretty much hype up every member of the culling. So that's why the tag team of Brooks and Nico won their match, and Izzy Dame won her women's match in that same evening against Ren Sinclair to go to Stand and Deliver. So great motivational speech, but I'm like, dude, come on, man. You lost the title. You're not going to try? You technically can get a rematch for the championship if you want to. What the fuck?
I guess for him it's more like, I'm not really interested so much in the championship as I am making the statement that the culling is out to make kind of thing.
It was just such a weird segment for me. Like, it was a weird segment for me, and I get what he's trying to say. Like, hey, you know what? Winning the championship in this late in his WWE career is good, but like, I don't know, man. It feels like he's deliberately putting a ceiling over himself. Like, come on, man. You're not that old.
Yeah, but then again, he should probably be focusing his energies a little more on trying to capture the big gold, the NXT main championship. And motivating the others in the culling to do the same, to shoot for better than what they went before.
Shit, you're right. Okay, well, still, I didn't get this, but it was a weird segment for me. I mean, I'm happy that he motivated his group, but like, damn, it was just strange for me to process out of everything else that's happening. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the main event, and this is a 6-man tag team match, playa.
Holla, 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 holla.
That's right. After weeks and weeks of run-ins, after weeks and weeks of running roughshod in the main event picture, finally, this new faction will be put to the test in a 6-man tag team match as the NXT champion, the ruler, the conqueror, the mountain you cannot climb, the bringer of war, the great Obafemi, aligns himself with his foes, Trick Williams and Javon Evans, to take on Dark State, represented by Cutler James, Dion Lennox, and their leader, Saquon Sugars. I can't take it.
Saquon Sugars.
I think it's pronounced Saquon Sugars or Saquon Sugars. I can't take the name seriously. And I'm trying not to be mean to this guy, but like, I can't take the name seriously, especially the last name, Sugars. Name one fucking wrestler whose last name is Sugars. You can't. It's a silly name.
Well, pro wrestling is a silly form of entertainment. What do you want?
Speaking of forms of entertainment, these guys wasted absolutely no time. After Dark State made it their way to the ring, these guys immediately started brawling before the bell rang. Because...
Is that allowed? I thought that was not allowed. How dare they?
Well, it is allowed, and Brooks will be tag team champion again. We'll see what happens. Maybe.
Maybe he will. We don't know.
Hank and Tank as jobbers? Well, probably. They're heavy machinery if they weren't popular.
Izzy Dame might be Women's North American Champion.
That's a big maybe.
That's a big fat maybe.
All right, let's go ahead and show off the pictures of the 6-man tag team main event.
All right.
Because, okay, despite Saquon's name notwithstanding, the members of Dark State actually performed really well. This match was designed to put over the new faction, and these guys operate as a unit. They told the story of how Trick Williams and Obafemi, they could not stand each other, and they can't get along with each other, and Javon Evans is trying desperately to get these guys to focus. But Dark State is much more laser-focused. These guys, once again, they work as a unit.
I mean, they're supposed to. They're an evil faction.
They're an evil faction, and there is no squabbling. There is no egos. They just have one goal, and that is to destroy Obafemi and his compatriots.
You mean compatriots?
Compatriots. Of course, Trick Williams was able to help with a little bit of momentum. He goes into the ring and starts laying out punishment on the team leader, Saquon Sugars. You can see a Trick here hitting his patented neck breaker from behind, and before they went to commercial break, the babyfaces, they did have control. They did have control for a little while. Yep. Javon Evans over here was on his own, trying to fight off against the 3-on-1 assault. And okay, another thing I can't take seriously with Shaquan Sugars is his ring gear. Like, if you look at it carefully, I don't know if you can see from his angle, but he's got like the one sleeve shit
Singlet?
one sleeve singlet shit going on.
Motherfucker, who do you think he is, Jerry Lawler?
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god, that whole outfit, that looks like something that that Retribution would wear.
Okay, let's not say shit we can't take back. You need to be a little bit more thoughtful.
Seriously, man.
Even so rude.
I'm serious. Even T-Bar may as well look at that shit and like, listen, it's already embarrassing enough that we wear these stupid hockey masks. I'm not putting that shit on.
Don't you mean Marseille?
Marseille. Oh my god. All right. But anyways, Javon Evans is trying really hard to fight off against Dark State. And he is desperately trying to get a hot tag into the baby faces. And then he tries to go for a hot tag to Trick. But before we get to that, there is a huge standoff between the baby faces and Dark State. They were just yelling at each other. Like, they didn't brawl. They were just like, yeah.
Like, motherfuckers. Why are you guys loitering on the apron of the ring? You're in the match. Go be in it. Go pick the fight inside the ring, motherfucker. Shit. Also, Trick Williams, he needs to pick his tights. He's got himself a tiny bit of a wedgie going on.
But anyways, but later in the match,
for real, you can feel
I know.
On the left side.
Obafemi got the hot tag, and he disrespected Trick Williams because Trick Williams was going to tag in. And then Obafemi started laying out all the other members of Dark State. He grabbed one member of Dark State, and he threw it right at Trick Williams. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Trick did not take it very well. So Trick stormed into the ring and started brawling with Obafemi, leaving Javon Evans all alone to face off against Dark State.
Shit.
And, well, things are not looking very good for the young OG. It's now become a 3-on-1 handicap match because the other two members cannot get along.
So let me get this straight. Obafemi and Trick Williams are squabbling with each other while Javon Evans is over here in the corner actually fighting in the match and getting his shit kicked in.
It's like watching Spider-Man trying to pull off the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos while Iron Man and Star-Lord are having their squabble because Star-Lord can't get his shit together.
Oh my god, I don't believe this shit.
I know. I'm using a I'm using an MCU reference to do my review.
Yeah, no, this is embarrassing.
All right, let's go ahead and keep going here. And unfortunately, at the end, despite the valiant effort, it wasn't enough. It was the strength in numbers and strength in unity that gave Dark State the victory. And just before the show ended, everything cut to red. We hear the music of the D'Angelo family, and on the Titantron appears the underboss, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And he has declared that next week's edition of NXT, it will be the D'Angelo family versus Dark State in an NXT parking lot brawl.
Did he clear this with Tony D'Angelo?
I'm going to go ahead and assume no, and this will further add more fuel to the dissension in the D'Angelo family.
Channing's Lorenzo's doing moves without the top.
Hey, paisano, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't just go over somebody's head like that. You know, that's not good for business. That's not good for the family. There's no sense in it. My brother, you can't do that. You can't disrespect the Don of NXT like that. No, hang on a minute, Juan. You need to tailor your sound to make it sound like you're being disrespected. Go. There we go. Okay, that works. That works.
God damn it.
So next week, the D'Angelo family and Dark State in a parking lot brawl. Oh boy. I'm sure this will end just fine for the D'Angelo family. Juan, your thoughts?
He's gonna die.
Oh my god! Oh man, you know what? This main event match was exactly what Dark State had needed. We finally saw what they're capable of, and holy shit, they've established themselves as a threat. Much like how the Shield established themselves as a threat by taking out the team of Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Ryback in TLC 2012, these guys destroyed Obafemi, Trick, and the young OG, Javon Evans, making it clear that they are a force to be reckoned with.
God almighty, this is going to be a problem. And yeah, you're right, Mr. Quake. Just like I said, Trick Williams needs longer tights.
He had longer tights, but he ditched them because fuck that shit. Anyways, now before we get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, we do need to pivot and talk about the main event of this year's annual pay-per-view event of AEW Dynasty.
Yay!
The AEW Dynasty took place over in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the hometown of the birthplace of Extreme Championship Wrestling, and it is also the second AEW Dynasty pay-per-view event. Last year, Swerve Strickland was able to capture his first AEW World Title against Samoa Joe. Can lightning strike twice for the man who's going up against a wannabe skinhead or wannabe Nick Gage?
No.
The AEW World Championship is on the line as the defending champion Jon Moxley, the leader of the Death Riders, defends the title against Swerve Strickland. And Juan's immediately shaking his head. He's ready for this. And so am I.
You say this as if this is a good thing to be ready for.
Oh, no. Trust me, I know it's not a good thing. But we're going to talk about this. So these guys started fighting. They took their action in the middle of the ring. Swerve Strickland, of course, was able to get the upper hand on Jon Moxley, hitting him, overwhelming him with a series of strikes and high-flying moves. And then these two boys start taking the fight over at ringside.
I could have sworn that it started off with these guys trying to do mat grappling.
Yeah, they did try to do mat grappling, like Swerve tried to out-grapple Jon Moxley. And hey, good luck, man. I mean, if a 7-Eleven employee can out-grapple him, surely you can.
Yeah, no, that's literally was like, I'm 90% certain that was for Moxley to say like, oh yeah, well I can actually really tangle with people because I'm a real MMA fighter. I do Brazilian death jitsu and I'm a real shooting fighting guy. I didn't get choked out in an amateur contest. I didn't get choked out at all. I didn't lose.
But unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse. Swerve Strickland got busted open at ringside, and he started bleeding, and he's now bleeding blood all over his forehead.
Because of course he did.
No, not Jon Moxley, Swerve.
Because of course he did.
Yeah, because
I stand by what I said. I was listening.
Okay, and then of course we start getting another staple in the Jon Moxley match, where Jon Moxley gets to rake the back of his opponents, digging his nails in, which is cool to watch. It shows the savagery of Jon Moxley and his repertoire. And
because if there's one thing that isn't pronounced enough in the career of Jon Moxley, it's how savage he is.
And then we get this other staple in a Jon Moxley match where they start exchanging right-hand strikes, forearm strikes.
So
and they strike.
Pointless forearm strikes.
Yep, and they hit, and they hit, and they hit, and they hit, and they hit. Thankfully, we were spared. Thankfully, they did not go as long as Moxley did with Cope on at AEW Revolution.
Oh, thank God. Please.
Like, yeah.
This match is sounding so familiar. It's the same shit.
Oh, we're going to get to it in a bit. Swerve Strickland then hits his own comeback, and he lights up Jon Moxley with the house call in the middle of the ring, but it wasn't enough for Moxley to put off Moxley. Then Swerve Strickland goes to the top rope and hits the diving down drop kick, and I think he may have hurt his knee in the process of doing so. And then the action spills over at ringside. We got an announce table spot where Moxley's laying on the announce table. Swerve Strickland's climbing up the ladder, and he hits the diving down drop kick through the announce table. Both guys are freaking out of it. And then when we get back into the ring, then yeah, this is where things started getting really stupid. Marina Shafir starts interfering. She has the briefcase that has the AEW World Title inside.
It's a tiny briefcase. The belt wouldn't fit in there.
And then attacks Swerve Strickland from behind. And then the rest of the Death Riders show up, and what's-his-face? Wheeler Yuta hits the Busaiku knee. And then out comes the Ops, Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Hook to even the odds to fight off against the Death Riders at ringside.
Cool. Okay, that's different.
And then
Let me guess, they all get their asses whipped or something.
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to them. Swerve Strickland, of course, is knocked unconscious. Then out comes Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page gets into the ring, and he attacks Jon Moxley, not Swerve, Jon Moxley, and lays Moxley out with the Deadeye.
Is he trying to get Swerve disqualified or something?
I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what the rules are. I don't know if this is a no disqualification match because the referee would have called it for a long time ago.
So it's just stupidity.
It's just
so the rules don't matter.
The rules don't matter. And then the lights cut off. Everyone is in darkness.
Oh my God.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
And then when the lights come back up, we are greeted with the return of the former AEW World Tag Team Champions and Executive Vice Presidents, the Young Bucks. They grab Swerve Strickland and they hit the BTE trigger on Swerve. And their interference allows Jon Moxley to pin and retain. Your winners and still...
Winners?
Your winner and still the AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley.
Nope.
Wait, you sure you don't want to wait until after?
What do you mean after?
When the cameras went off the air. Because things
What
got
happened?
even more stupider. Okay, well, first of all, yeah.
Oh my God, how can it get dumber than the young fucks?
Because when the cameras went off the air, folks on social media actually caught video of
stupid thing.
Of
Right.
Swerve Strickland giving his post-match speech, and he was talking about he was making his rah-rah speech about like against racial discrimination, and how he embodies like black representation whenever he wrestles in the ring, and then he makes this shoe comment at the end saying, "Oh, and just for my own amusement, fuck Booker T." So yeah, now you now you can go ahead and hot tag.
Nope. This isn't even there's your hot tag.
Right, if I'm going to do it in front of the camera. Stupid fucking.
Throw it that way.
Yeah. You sit on my chair. Take your freaking ass cushion with you.
Ow, dude, you're knocking over the equipment.
I'm knocking over shit is what I'm doing.
Hi folks, Juan Arouse here, one of the heads of the Ravensflock, tech guru of the team, host of the Black Files, and his ace tag team partner on Wrestle Rewind. Alright, where do I fucking start with this? Number one, let's get to the Young Bucks coming back.
Alright.
Nick and Matt Jackson. The old saying goes, how can we miss you if you don't go away? That saying does not apply to these two sacks of garbage. Because nobody missed them while they were gone. There's nobody clamoring for Nick and Matt Jackson to come back. Fucking nobody. The only reason why these guys showed up is because they think that they made sufficient time off, enough time away for people to actually want them around. That people have actually forgotten how much of a pair of asshats they actually are. Completely domineering the airways with their mediocre ass fucking storyline ideas, their mediocre ass ideas for how their matches should all go. The way they literally took They fucking took Kenny Omega. They replaced him with what's his face? Shit. Why am I blanking?
Kazuchika Okada?
Thank you, Okada. Because I had his name right at the tip of my tongue, and I'm fucking tired. And reduced Kazuchika Okada to a 1-0 character, while giving him a meaningless championship that wasn't being defended, still isn't being defended in any meaningful way, and doesn't really matter. And on top of that, they don't seem to comprehend that folks just don't like these fucking guys. It's not a matter of, oh no, we missed the heel characters, and oh no, we wanted to see these characters. No. We know what kind of men they are. They are stupid. They are absolutely self-filleting, stupid sacks of garbage. What the fuck are they doing on our airwaves? Oh, wait, I forgot. They're executive vice presidents, and they basically do have run of the place, so they'll insert themselves into whatever the fuck they want. Fucking company run by a spineless fucking moron. Now, speaking of moronic, getting to the match itself. It's a typical Moxley match. The entirety of that match was made to make Jon Moxley look as cool as he thinks he is. Which he isn't. Because he doesn't fucking put in the actual mentality for it. He thinks that if he automatically has a gang of guys all dressed in white t-shirts and white beaters, except for Pac, who's always drenching wet and always in his fucking ring gear, that these guys are gonna make people want to challenge him because he's a badass and he's so cool. Oh, and he does death jitsu and like everything from the match, the fucking outside ring spots, the shitty mat wrestling because he's a wannabe death jitsu fuck, the interference with the Death Riders, with the Whitepool Combat Clan, all of it. It's just fucking copy and paste. Just take a tweak over here, tweak one other element over there, and done. Same shit. Moxley wins, LOL. And not even in like the funny, oh hey, there's like we can make a meme out of it because of how predictable the matches can be. Like, it's not even like the predictability, it's just the execution. And it sucks. It is piss poor execution. And my third fucking gripe is the stupid thing that Swerve Strickland said after the show went off the air. You mean to tell me, okay, number one, you mean to tell me that your ass is going to stick around after you got jumped by the executive vice presidents of your company and lost a championship match? That you're going to stand in the middle of the ring and give a whole speech of black representation, how he's proud to be a part of that? Like, buddy, you ain't representing nobody but yourself. Alfred Konuwa from Pro Wrestling Bits had actually Pro Wrestle Bits had actually put together a little video about Swerve Strickland, and he put it off a lot better than I could. He actually expressed it way better than I could. It's not a matter of Swerve Strickland being a representative of all the great progress and all the wonderful opportunities that African-American wrestlers are getting, and it's all thanks to AEW. No, that's not it, buddy. He's the only black guy in the company's entire history that has been in championship matches for AEW. It's not elevating like all the black wrestlers in AEW. It's just elevating his ass. Where's Will Hobbs? Where is your old tag partner Keith Lee? Where what are we doing with Anthony Bowens, who's also a black man?
He just came back and he took out what's his face, Max Caster at Dynasty during the 0 hour.
Yeah, but are they? During the 0 hour. Oh, so they actually got to be on the pre-show of the match. Zut alors, such progress, such black excellence, motherfucker. Swerve is out for Swerve's sake. He ain't out to try to trailblaze for any fucking buddy. And yeah, I've got a problem with Booker T shucky-ducking all his quacks in my ear and making those weird-ass, perverted-ass sounds anytime Stephanie Vaquer is fucking doing the face stomp thing in the fucking in the middle of the ring. I'm the first one to fucking criticize that stuff. You know, Booker T, you're an excellent wrestler. That's my fucking line on it. But show some fucking respect. Actually show some fucking respect, Swerve. without guys like Booker T, without guys like Ron Simmons, without guys like goddamn Papa Shango, you wouldn't have the opportunities that you're claiming or you're doing all to show the wonderful exaltations of elevating other African Americans and representation. Like, bitch, you're not representing anybody but yourself. Like I said, go check out Alfred Konua's video on Swerve Strickland on his Pro Wrestling Bits channel, and make sure that you subscribe to him in Swahili. I'm not black at all. I don't think I'll ever be invited to the cookout. I'm a big ass nerd. But Alfred Konua, if you're listening, I can bake some awesome treats. I can bring cookies to the cookout. I can bring brownies. I can bring Rice Krispies treats. I can make flan. Brother will hook you up.
Your deviled eggs are pretty yummy too.
Yeah. Swerve, you're a fucking tool. Moxley, you're a fucking joke. And the Young Bucks, go the fuck away from me forever.
Okay.
Tag in. Fuck you, Tony.
Thank you. Okay. Don't headlock me.
I will cost you all I want.
Oh God, Jesus, man.
Let's look in the chat before we continue over here. I am so overjoyed the Young Bucks are back, and we all needed to see them doing their flip dive shit in every match again. And Vicente also says, I understand why AEW will not ever show the footage of Punk and Ace Steel versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Likely was Punk beating down either Bucks even before Ace and Kenny jumped in to separate them. Yep, that I believe that. Booker T and Ron Simmons paved the way. Godfather and the Boogeyman. Well, the Boogeyman was more of a novelty act more than anything.
Tell you what, you want them even more deeper cut? How about the first black WWE tag team champions in history, Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas?
Exactly. Yeah, the Soul Man Rocky Johnson. God damn it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like
Kofi Mania. Kofi, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Yeah, no, like I'm with Booker T on this one, and Swerve is just being ridiculous.
That's another thing that I'm pissed off at Swerve about. He made me agree with Booker T. Booker, you're an excellent wrestler.
But even Booker didn't deserve that.
No, dog, that wasn't Shucky at all.
Exactly. All right. Now let's get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Light the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite!
And immediately we start things off white hot with a one-on-one match featuring the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley going up against Katsuyori Shibata representing the Ops. And this AEW Dynamite takes place over in Baltimore, Maryland. That's right.
Cool. He's only a hop, skip, and jump away from that mental institution where Hannibal Lecter was locked up. I'm sure that Moxley could find some room there.
Are you kidding me? Hannibal Lecter will out wrestle Moxley. And then eat him. All right, so Katsuyori Shibata, he's an excellent grappler, straight from New Japan, the student of Tatsumi Fujinami, and he starts things off by out grappling Jon Moxley in the middle of the ring, like grabbing him in the midsection and just keeping him grounded. And Moxley's trying really hard to try and keep pace with Katsuyori Shibata, but it doesn't go very well to his favor. And then we don't get a series of back and forth right forearms, but more we get a series of back and forth chops. Katsuyori Shibata displays his invincibility to Moxley's weak chops, and then Moxley displays his utter agony when he gets chopped back by Shibata.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
It looks like Moxley's actually having to fight for once.
I know, it's crazy. And then Moxley, of course, Moxley was able to turn things around and tries to target the neck, the surgically repaired neck of Katsuyori Shibata, continuously targeting it with a series of strikes. And then he tries to go for a pile driver, but what's his face? But Shibata was able to kick out after two. And actually, no, Shibata didn't kick out. Shibata no-sold the pile driver. He rebounded against the ropes and hit a penalty kick onto Moxley to his face. And then he tries to lock in his sleeper clutch, sleeper hold onto Moxley. Moxley was able to reverse it and lock in a sleeper of his own, causing Shibata to pass out in the middle of the ring. Your winner by technical submission, Jon Moxley.
That just goes to show everybody that nothing can beat the Death Riders. Nobody can defeat this guy. He can totally out-choke and outmaneuver anyone.
Bullshit.
It was a short match. Then they were interrupted by and then Moxley and Maria Shafir were interrupted by the Young Bucks, who went down to the ring. And in a post-match segment, the Young Bucks explained why they screwed Swerve over. Two reasons. Number one, they did it for their best friend Hangman Adam Page.
What?
Yeah, because they're still friends with Hangman. And number two, they did it because they feel that the Elite and the Death Riders have a common goal and that they can work together.
So again, it's Matt and Nick Jackson hooking themselves to what they believe is the most exciting part of the AEW roster so that they could be a part of it.
It's like No.
I'm going to fucking break my fucking chair! I'm going to fucking break it. I am that fucking... I was, like, legitimately about to take my armrest and rip it clean off! Now, you can stop with the fucking faces. I'm not fucking facing here. I am actually that fucking pissed. Because I fucking knew that their stupidity had to be something close to that kind of bullshit. Because they do this every fucking time. What were they doing last time that they were around? They were trying to go up against?
Oh no! The last time they lost, they dropped the World Tag Team titles to a Private Party, and then they got the hell out of there.
No, before that, Jose.
Oh, what were the Elite doing?
Yes,
they were doing diddly squat. Like they were just, I don't know. They were just staying in the tag team picture. They were nowhere near the Death Riders.
Oh my god. This is what happens when I'm tired and you don't remember your research over here.
They left in October. They went in hiatus in October.
They should have stayed fucking gone. Let me see in the chat. Yeah, why do black people do this to each other, says Mr. Quake. I don't know. Swerve just thinks he's hot shit. Vicente Guerrero lost in his 2 MMA fights badly to Mike Jackson in fight 2, but looked okay slightly in the first 5 minutes with basic boxing. Yes, basic sloppy boxer in Punk makes the Young Bucks and Jack Perry look like total shit. And I suggest to Mox, do not ever exchange chops with guys who work tons of strong style matches in Japan. Yeah, because like fucking Moxley pretends that he's like one of those hard New Japan guys. That ain't him. He ain't that guy.
He ain't that guy. All right.
Fucking God.
Let's try and turn our frowns upside down here. Oh wait, actually, yeah, no. I actually want to do a little bit of a reversal here because
what? No, you.
No. This is good. Let me explain. Because after the Young Bucks cut their promo, they were interrupted by Kenny Omega, the international champion, who really is not looking to reunite with the Young Bucks, and he actually made a story, and he actually told a personal story about having to babysit 2 dogs, and they were and the 2 dogs have a habit of shitting everywhere they go, and he compares the Young Bucks to those dogs.
Why didn't you mention that sooner?
Okay,
that's actually fucking funny.
It is funny, and then afterwards, as he was getting into the ring, Swerve's music hits, and Swerve attacks the Young Bucks from behind with the steel chair, sending him running off. And then Swerve was jumped behind by Pac, and they immediately started the match right after. And that's where we got the worst match of the night. And this is pretty bad. Like, it had a solid start, but this is why I rank it bad. Because during this match, when they got back from commercial break, Swerve Strickland was battling Pac in the middle of the ring, and he threw Pac outside the ring, and then Pac landed in a wrong way, and he may have injured his ankle, and they had to pause the match so that the referees and officials could tend to Pac to make sure that he's okay. So they called an audible. Pac, limping on one leg, got into the match. Swerve immediately kicked his face down, went to the top rope, hit the diving down drop kick to pin and win. Your winner, Swerve Strickland. So this was bad because Pac might be seriously injured.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, like, the way you were actually explaining the match, it didn't have any problem. Like, you didn't actually have any issue with the match up until when Pac hurt his foot.
That's right. Hurt his foot, hurt his ankle, whichever one. I'm sure we're going to get more details later, but...
So can that actually qualify as it being the worst match of the night if the main takeaway in it was somebody got injured legit? Is that really something on them? Is that really something that makes it worth being called the worst match of the night.
It's just bad for me because nobody likes to see someone getting hurt and getting injured. Like,
he's like worth like of the other matches that they had on Dynamite last night. Weren't there? Are you sure there weren't any other matches that had like really shitty spots, or they didn't have enough energy with the crowd behind it?
No. The other matches were fine, but like this match unfortunately had to be cut short.
So this match was also fine. It just tripped on itself and busted its ankle.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, that's rotten luck. I personally wouldn't use that as a disqualifier for making it my worst match on my list personally, but I understand.
Yeah. Now, like, it just sucks. It just sucks because Pac is such an incredible wrestler, and man, it's really and nobody likes to see that. And Pac is one of my favorite wrestlers, even from WWE when he was Neville, when he was under the purple cape. Yeah, I know it's dumb. It was dumb, but Vince McMahon is nowhere near the promotion.
Go to the good segment then, the best segment of the night.
Yeah, let's go to the good segment of the night. Yeah, we're doing a little bit wonky here because now we're gonna get to a championship celebration, bitches. That's right. With the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Hurt Syndicate. We heard people.
Yay!
Hey, speaking of black representation, Swerve.
Yeah, I was about to fucking say Swerve, huh? Motherfucker, you literally have the Hurt business up, the Hurt Syndicate up in this shit.
And Bobby Lashley was a former WWE World Champion. You're telling me that doesn't register to you?
No, it doesn't. Nothing registers to him because it's his house.
Oh,
like, come on, Swerve, come the fuck on. Drop the ego, fucking, like fucking. Grow up a little bit, man. What the hell?
So yeah, the Hurt Business. They're dressed in style. They got their fancy suits. They got their title belts. They got their table set up. They got their glasses. They got a little bit of the bubbly
and
ready.
They also have they've got their all members of the Hurt Syndicate joining them in the celebration. You have the brand new AEW World Tag Champions Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley in the middle of the ring. You have the MVP celebrating in the ring, and you've got MJF celebrating in the ring.
Wait, what? That's right. MJF runs down to the ring, and then he pats himself on the back because at Dynasty, he helped distract Big Bill and Brian Keith. He gave enough for the Hurt Syndicate to retain their World Tag Titles against the Learning Tree. Yeah, like MJF was dressed up as a fan, and with the referee's back turned, he used the Dynamite ring and decked Big Bill in the face with it.
Okay. Why? Maxwell, what the fuck? He's behaving like such a goddamn pick-me. Alright, what's the deal?
Okay, first of all, the MJF is getting a babyface crowd reaction with them chanting, he's our scumbag. So they're leaning babyface-ish with MJF in this part, and MJF is once again wanting to join the Hurt Syndicate. So he opens his hands out because he wants in on this business. But Bobby Lashley cuts him off, and he reminds him that no, the Hurt Syndicate does not need him, and that MJF is not welcomed. And then these two get into a heated argument back and forth, in which MVP and Shelton Benjamin had to break them up. And then the Hurt Syndicate left the ring, leaving MJF all angry and pouting in the middle of the ring because he couldn't get in with the cool kids. He couldn't get in with the cool kids. And I'm looking at this segment, and I told one, I'm like, oh, MJF, don't feel sad. Go ahead and take a little bit of the bubbly and you'll feel better.
Oh my lord. Also, fucking MJF has been laying on the spray tan shit heavy as fuck.
Actually, I would go so far as to argue that Matt Jackson's laying it on harder. Because, like, Matt Jackson looks like a fucking walking lobster compared to MJF.
I actually want to see if there's any photos from last night on Dynamite. Let me because I actually want to pull that up. It just comes off so needy, so goddamn like it's just like it's just depressing kind of thing.
I know, yeah. It's.
Let me see here if there's any fucking photos from last night. Where are the fucking photos?
I have an idea.
Nah.
If you'll listen to me, I have an idea.
I'm listening.
Go to the search bar and
Okay,
type
just
in
search
search AEW photos.
Okay.
Now click.
I
Go
got
to. Yep. Go to the first result.
Yep. That's what I got it from here. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yep.
there's that. Yeah, I want to see if there's any photos to illustrate just how fucking bad, like, MJF's spray tan is getting over here.
Well, let's see if they have it. Let's see if they have it because I want to see it too. Like I said, I think Matt Jackson's spray tan is worse.
Well, if only this shit would load and show us.
You didn't click on it.
Yes, I did.
Click on it again.
Look at it. It's
No. Wait. No. Move your cursor. No. Go back to where you were. There. Now move it down slightly. Now click on it.
I've been clicked on it. God dang it. Fucking thing.
There you go.
Okay,
now
yeah, let me
down.
see. Okay,
there's a spray tan on Matt Jackson. Okay.
Okay, so, you know what? We can show people this part.
Yeah, there's a spray tan on Matt Jackson. And now, scroll down. Now let's find the Hurt Syndicate. There's MJF.
Yeah, he's trying so bad. He's trying so hard to be with the cool kids.
So I don't know. Comparing the two between Matt Jackson and MJF, who looks more like a lobster?
No, it's not looking like a lobster, Jose.
Okay, who looks more red?
Oh, it's not redness. I was saying that MJF has been laying it on. He looks, he's trying to look like he's one of the melanated peoples in the Hurt Syndicate.
Bro, that ain't how
he's
it works.
frog facing there.
Oh God,
Jesus Christ! Do I really have to spit it out?
Let's just move on.
All right, moving on. So,
all right, now let's go ahead and get back to the review because we're gonna get to the exciting match of AEW Dynamite, and this is an eight-man tag team match. But there's stakes in this match, Juan, because whoever wins this match will receive $400,000. Oh my goodness!
That's
money.
What? What?
Money, Juan.
No, what?
It's a $400,000 explosive 8-man tag match.
No.
The teams of Speedball, Mike Bailey. You also have Mark Briscoe. You have the Jet, Kevin Knight. And you also have the aerial assassin Will Ospreay versus the team of Leo Rush, Action Andretti, The Beast Mortos, and Ricochet.
Oh my God. How is this the best match? You have got some serious work to do now.
Because there was a whole bunch of like fun hijinks. Like they had a brief little Pier 6 brawl moment in the middle of the match. And then they had like these super cool like simultaneous moments where all four competitors were like doing like simultaneous 10 count punches to the crowd's delight. The fans were loving it. And they also had a funny moment where all the guys were like brawling at ringside. Speedball Mike Bailey, he does his springboard like moonsault thing to the outside, which looks really cool. And then there was a moment where Ricochet tries to go for a top rope tope dive. Everyone gets out of the way. Ricochet, he lands in the middle, and he's surrounded by all four babyfaces who slap the bald head of Ricochet and knock him down.
They lick their hands and
smacked him in his bald ass head. Get it?
Okay, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, no, it was just incredible high spot back and forth action, and it was great to see everybody getting a chance to shine. Of course, the match ends with Will Ospreay delivering the hidden blade to Leo Rush to pin and win for his team. Your winners of the $400,000: Will Ospreay, Kevin Knight, Mark Briscoe, and Speedball Mike Bailey.
All right, that's fucking weird, but at least it wasn't a slugfest of stupidity. Let me take a look in the chat before I continue. Vicente was saying earlier, Pac in a bad match due to injury, not so much his fault. Pac's idea of a bad match was more like when he had to put over Enzo Amore clean. In the ring, Enzo was not good, but he was better on the mic. Yeah, that goes without saying. Look, Enzo's consensual penis doesn't belong in the ring. Let's see. I understand why Bobby Lashley hates MJF. It's like actually with that Mr. Quake, I feel like, is this an anti-Semitic thing or what's going on? I don't know what Bobby's beef is.
Hang on, let me see here. If Tony Khan wants a real shock for Swerve, have former tag partners attack Swerve out of nowhere, then book him as the badass he is for the next few months. Oh, Keith Lee, yeah.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty handy on there. I could say that. Kofi Kingston inspired Swerve. I hope Hobbs wins the title. And Haley Ray Stout in the chat. Hey up, Haley Ray. Welcome to the Wrestle Rewind. We appreciate you being here. Spray tans look bad on anyone not named Misha Barton from season 1 and 2 of the OC.
I completely forgot about her.
That is such a deep cut.
I forgot about the actress, and I forgot about the show.
Right? Oh my god. Sorry it took me over 20 minutes. Don't worry, Haley Ray. It's totally fine. Vicente, I wonder what the Beast Mortos would even do with his part of $400,000. I don't know. Buy some livestock to eat or something? I don't fucking know. Isn't he supposed to be like a Manitar kind of fucking monster?
Get himself a hobby. Definitely not more TV time on AEW, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Mr. Quay, Vicente Guerrero, dang, you hate CM Punk? He's humbled now.
Oh no, he was talking about with Punk's UFC record, which even Punk will admit, like, yeah, no, I sucked. But it's at that point, it's just more a matter of like it's not so much that Punk sucks. It's that despite how bad Punk may be in MMA fighting, that the Young Bucks and Jack Perry are even worse than that because they're little sissy bitches.
Man, they couldn't fucking lace up CM Punk's boot in any combat sport. Fuck them.
Fuck that noise.
Now let's get to the really bad segment of the night, and it is an edition of TV Time featuring The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. Unfortunately, things are not all smiles with The Learning Tree.
What happened this time?
Because
I don't see the Ring of Honor World Championship there.
Well, here's the thing. Not only did Big Bill and Brian Keith fail to capture the World Tag Titles from the Hurt Syndicate, but Chris Jericho lost the Ring of Honor World Title to Bandito.
Oh, shit.
And things get a little tense between these guys. Big Bill gets on the mic and he tells Chris Jericho, listen, I joined you because I wanted to learn from the best, but if you're going to berate us and humiliate us, then we're going to go. Then we're leaving. So either teach us, because if you're not going to teach us, we're out. So Big Bill's putting his foot down on Chris Jericho. And then Jericho, he then gets on the mic and now he mentions, and then he reminisces on how he lost the the Ring of Honor World Title, and then he says that it's all Big Bill and Brian Keith's fault. That it's all their fault.
Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me?
And then he says he's not angry, he's just disappointed. And then he grabs his baseball bat, destroys that freaking Geritron TV or whatever you want to call it now. He destroys all the setups for the Learning Tree Talk segment with the bat as he's yelling, disappointed, disappointed. He storms out of the ring, he leaves, and now it's reported that Chris Jericho is taking a leave of absence from AEW. Also, keep in mind, his contract with AEW is almost up.
Yeah, no, there's no fucking way that Chris Jericho's gonna walk away from here because he's got himself the biggest money mark on earth paying his way, and he's also fucking trying to lay seeds like, oh, well, I wouldn't mind one more run in WWE, baby. I wouldn't mind trying that one more time. Brother, WWE doesn't need you. You need WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck trying to get on Paul Levesque's good side when these two famously had not actually gotten along well in the backstage over the years before, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Oh, no, absolutely not. They have not gotten along very well back then when Chris Jericho was in his early years in WWE.
Yeah, no, he didn't ingratiate himself to Hunter all that well.
but at least Jericho is taking time off, and that's the biggest problem with Jericho's run in AEW. He doesn't take time off. He's always featured every single week, taking up TV time where other AEW wrestlers could have benefited from that exposure.
Yeah, but see, he's got to stay on TV. It's part of his deal, brother.
Yeah, but like he also has.
It doesn't work for him, right?
He also has his rock band Fozzy. He can go to tour and make money with them. Shit, and take.
But that doesn't work for him, brother.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, him taking time off now is a good thing. Take some months off. Treat yourself to a vacation. You deserve it. And then when you come back, you'll come back awesome, because how can we miss you if you don't go away?
I said that earlier tonight. You remember how I said it? That particular phrase doesn't apply to the Young Bucks?
Right.
Yeah,
What-
it doesn't really apply much to this guy either. Sorry.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Ouch.
and that's coming from my ass, and you know how much I loved Jericho.
I loved Jericho.
Yeah, we loved Jericho, and now he's just
Unbearable.
unbearable, embarrassing, fucking, yeah.
I know. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the main event of AEW Dynamite, and it is a tag match, player.
Holla holla!
Continuing this new embroiled feud between the Ops and the Death Riders. Two of the three AEW World Trios champions will collide as the Swiss Superman, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta, the Charles Manson lookalike wannabe, goes up against Samoa Joe and Hook.
Sorry, no, I'm over here trying to see. I'm trying to get away from the silly beard, but then of Wheeler Yuta. But then I look over at the Ops and I see Hook's face, and it looks like he's trying to intentionally make a pouty face. Ow.
I mean,
Breaking news: Chris Jericho taking time off means he will work 17 XPW matches over 2 months. Oh my God, Vicente! What the fuck, dude?
Oh my God. Either that or go back on tour with Fozzy, or do more Talk as Jericho, or try to sell more Omaha steaks. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
But anyway,
so how is this match? Tell us.
All right, this match is pretty fucking solid because all four competitors are incredible grapplers, and Hook has definitely shown some improvement in his time was spent with Samoa Joe and Katsuyori Shibata, and these guys had a great start. But then, unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse. As we get back from commercial break, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta were working over Hook. Of course, they got to take out the smaller guy and keep him away from the bigger guy. And as they continued their 2-on-1 punishment on Hook, Claudio tags in and he knocks out Samoa Joe from the ring apron, leaving Hook completely alone to defend for himself. So Hook.
Shit.
Yep. No. Hook, channeling the strength of his father, who is the human suplex machine, starts laying out exploder suplexes on both Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli.
That's how you get it done, Cole.
That's right. Claudio is knocked out at ringside, and Samoa Joe and Claudio start brawling at ringside, leaving Hook to take down Wheeler Yuta. Hook locks in the red rum submission hold, while Samoa Joe locks in the coquina clutch onto Claudio Castagnoli. And then Jon Moxley tries to interfere, but then out comes a returning Katsuyori Shibata to lay out Moxley with a sleeper hold. All the members of the Death Riders are choked out, and the referee calls for the bell. Your winner by technical submission, the Ops.
God damn. All right. So yeah, Hook got his hooks on the Death Riders. Samoa Joe killed Death Riders. So yeah, grappler boys. They got their graps on.
And then Marina Shafir comes in with the briefcase and knocks out Samoa Joe and knocks out Hook from behind. And then Claudio takes a folding steel chair, folds it open, opens it up, sets it upside down to have the legs pointing upward, right? You follow me with this?
That's
then he
fucking
grabs
horrible.
Hook and he hits the neutralizer, planting Hook, hitting Hook's midsection, hitting Hook gut first onto the chair, knocking him out.
Oh, fucking nasty, man.
And then the rest of the Ops are charged into the ring, and the Death Riders retreated into over the barricade and left. And then Samoa Joe got on the mic and he's challenged the Death Riders to a trios match for the AEW World Trios titles next week on Dynamite.
Oh, please get it off of them. Like, I know you're not all that big on the name of the Ops, but please, anyone but the Death Riders at this point, come on.
Seriously. Also, I've been watching YouTube videos of other people talking about it. Yeah, like nobody remembers the World Trios titles. They've been taking a back seat.
Good.
Isn't that awful?
Why?
Like,
How is that awful?
because they're supposed to be championships.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
But once again, too many titles in AEW.
Yep.
All right.
You see, I don't even need to say it. I don't even need to fucking say it here.
Let me go ahead and get on the candy break before we move to TNA Impact.
I'm also noticing a very distinct lack of any women's wrestling here in your breakdown. I know there were women's matches. I saw one with you. Was that the only one?
Yep, it was just one.
There was only one women's match on AEW Dynamite. That would be Thunder Rosa versus Chris Statlander?
Yep, that's it. Just one women's match. Once again, drawing attention to the problem. Tony Khan.
You fucking clown.
You fucking clown. You fucking you fucking beta male idiot.
Yeah.
No one knows what they're doing.
And I hate saying this because I like Thunder Rosa, but it is what it is. Now let's move on to this week's edition of TNA Impact.
All right, so let's see what the Impact Zone has for us this week. Hopefully, stuff that doesn't make me want to cry.
No, nonsense. That's not going to happen because we open things up with coming all the way from NXT. Of course, the former NXT champion, All Ego Ethan Page, opens up TNA Impact.
The fucking, I legitimately actually forgot that Ethan Page jumped over to TNA last week. I'm not trying to rag on them. I honest to God forgot. But, okay, I remember now that he came in, he's fucking with, who was it?
Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian. Thank you.
It's okay, Wancho. I completely forgot about Ethan Page's run in AEW.
Ow. Dick.
I know. So Ethan Page, he cuts a promo and he's talking about like how excited he is for TNA Rebellion and how he's going to be facing Joe Hendry for the TNA World Title, and he gets the opportunity to beat him again. And then he is interrupted by, hey, speak of the devil, Frankie Kazarian, another AEW alumni. Man, lots of AEW alumni here, Wancho. Sheesh.
Yeah, it's almost as if AEW doesn't know how to treat their talent.
Ha. So Frankie Kazarian gets on the mic, he interrupts the proceedings, and he tells Ethan Page that he's not welcome here, that this is a whole different TNA, this is a whole different TNA brand, and that he's not going to take away his Frankie Kazarian's title opportunity from him. And these two guys look like they're about to square off and fight each other, and then they were interrupted by the TNA Director of Authority, Santino Marella.
Who's basically decided that he's going to make it his business and take charge.
Yes. He has declared that at TNA Rebellion, which is going to be on April 27th, Joe Hendry will defend the TNA World Title against both Ethan Page and Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, we made that into a three-way match. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Hendry has got his work cut out for him because here we've got one slimy motherfucker who's trying to get his way in the form of Frankie Kazarian, and here we've got another smug motherfucker in All Ego Ethan Page, a sinful man who wears no socks, and I will condemn him to the bowels of hell for that.
To the bowels of hell. Continue.
Who's also after his TNA World Title. Okay. Joe, you need people to believe in you harder. Also, in the chat, let me see here. Haley Ray saying, I just remembered that one scene from Transformers 2 where Sam got tased in his area. Was that in Transformers 2, Zay? Where Shia LaBeouf got tased?
No. Shia LaBeouf didn't get tased. It was the other guy that got tased.
Which other guy got tased?
I forgot. Some college dude.
Right. It was, his roommate, Leo, the dude who, with the kitten calendars. Okay.
Kitten calendars, yeah. The real FNDeal.com.
Him. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he got tased.
He's the one who got tased.
He accidentally tased himself.
Right.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, they were breaking into the Smithsonian. They reawakened Jetfire.
Man, I love Jetfire.
We only signed you to get your tag partner, Josh Alexander. Brandy Rhodes talking to Ethan Page. Ow! God damn!
Oh, wow, you remember that line. Jesus.
Wow. Oh my god.
But it's okay. Brandy Rose is not in AEW either, so I'm sure that's not going to come back to haunt her later in WWE.
I hope not. And
Anyway.
Vicente also said, how does a self-proclaimed Death Jitsu guy in Moxley get choked out? Could it be he's not so great at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? It's almost as if it was him not knowing how to fucking, actually grapple and fight. And Haley was saying, like, no, it was both of him and Sam. No, it wasn't Sam because they were breaking into the Smithsonian. They didn't have the taser until what's his face until
John Turturro.
John Turturro's character fucking
Simmons.
gave it to him.
Yeah, Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons.
Yeah, I remember
and
the movie.
They were breaking into the Smithsonian, and it was, what do you call it? And he tased himself, but that was after. But he also tased he inadvertently tased the security guard who fell on him, all while he was in his underwear or whatever, and his nuts kept getting fucking electrocuted over and over. It was like, hey, like, how many volts can you have before you can't have any kids? Do you know? Oh, I remember, and that was dumb, and
it was very dumb.
It was ridiculous.
But anyway, so not only will there be a triple threat match, but Santino Marella said that Joe Hendry will appear in the main event segment to address his recovery journey heading into Rebellion.
Okay, so Joe Hendry's still in the mend. Our TNA World Champion is on his way up. So here's hoping that he can make it through to Rebellion. All right.
And this is something that me and Juan are going to have a disagreement on, but I selected this match because I was fucking entertained and it was fucking funny. And I know the outcome, but it was still worth watching. It is a one-on-one match featuring Moose versus Cody Deaner.
The People's Choice.
Yes.
Guy. Okay. Cody Deaner is trying. He is trying different things. I understand it's not for everyone. I understand that him going about on a 180, trying to be a babyface, literally trying to be a man of the people by doing what the people want. I understand that, but Moose will eat you alive. Moose will eat you. I don't care how much of a babyface you are or aren't. Moose will eat you. Why? Fuck. All right.
So every member of the system were part of separate matches and they were trying and they had to win their matches if they wanted to stay in the faction. And then Cody Deaner walks down to the ring. He first cuts a promo against the system, and the former Fandango gets on the mic, Johnny D. Curtis, and JDC tells Cody Deaner that this shit isn't working, that he shouldn't give a shit about what the fans are saying, and that he also offered a spot in the system for Cody Deaner to join as their manservant or their gopher or whatever the fuck. And then Cody Deaner does his whole people shtick, and eventually he challenges Moose to a one-on-one match, and he wants a shot at the X Division title. Moose then lays down a challenge. If Cody Deaner can survive the first two minutes with Moose, then Moose will give Cody Deaner a shot at the X Division title. So
this match, if it went longer than 2 minutes, would then become an X Division championship match. All Cody Deaner had to do is not get pinned.
Precisely.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, go for it.
So now the clock is set. 2 minutes are on the clock, and Moose pretty much looks like he has this match won. He lays out a punishment, deals out a punishment on Cody Deaner, lays him out with a devastating power bomb, and then he goes for the pin, but then he stops at 2 because he wants to continue the punishment, and we can see a little bit of cockiness and arrogance oozing out of Moose in this match.
A little bit.
Yeah, I know, a lot.
A little bit. We're talking about the former dancing fool Moose.
Thank you.
You think I'm gonna forget that?
And so Moose is now prepping himself to go for the spear, and then Cody Deaner then bolts out of the ring, and Moose chases him around at ringside, and then Cody Deaner runs up the clock by keeping away from Moose, and as soon as the clock hits 2 minutes, that's when the match becomes a championship match, and Moose is dumbfounded.
So pissed off. It's like
his hubris!
He's like, wait, the the fuck? No! He was supposed to like, I made it past 2 minutes. Let's bring that title on the line. And, Cody Deaner, you poor sweet summer child. Lay it on him, Jose.
Cody Deaner got laid out faster than Chavo Guerrero got chokeslammed by Kane at WrestleMania 24 for the ECW World Title.
Oh my fucking god! We're over here doing deep cuts left, right, and center, but fuck, Jose.
I know. WWE did not like ECW back then. At all.
That's because Vince is an idiot.
So
Haley Ray Stout in the chat, not eat, but Moose will beat the fuck out of Cody. Sadly, that is where the story ends up going.
So Moose lays out Cody Deaner with a spear to pin and retain. Your winner, Moose. This was still
your winner and still
TNA X Division champion Moose. This was still an enjoyable match for me because I liked seeing Moose getting his own come up, like his own hubris backfiring on him so badly.
Now here's the thing that I'm over here wondering. If Moose was the one who ordered the other members of the system to win their matches or they're out of the group, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it was either Moose who ordered it or it was like collectively agreed on. I'm not sure, but go on.
Okay, because if Moose is the one who put that order down, and if he had somehow lost to Cody Deaner, how fucking embarrassing would that have been for Moose?
Oh,
that would have been funny, but anyhow.
It would be more embarrassing than him being the dancing fool, I'll say that.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, Vicente Guerrero did not see it or know who the Caleb is, but a guy easing himself out of the well, worthy in a brutal way, sort of like when Scott Steiner sicked 2 dogs on Sting backstage in WCW. Ow, fuck. Yeah, I honestly forgotten that bit. And Vicente Cody Deaner has tons of heart and decent in-ring and on the mic, but taking on giants like Moose and Hammerstone is a bad move. Yeah, I agree. But then again, he's trying to be the plucky underdog babyface over here, with his, People's Choice gimmick that he's got going on.
He's trying,
and it's meant to endear him. It's meant to endear the audience to him. We get that. I understand it. I do also like the idea of Moose getting pissed off at his own hubris and all that. If it wasn't for the fact that the rest of the match became predictable as fuck and Moose actually beat him clean afterwards, it would have actually been more exciting if there was at least
more action.
No, yeah, at least one more near fall from Cody Deaner.
Actually, no, there was, because Moose tried to go for a first attempt at a spear, and Cody Deaner was able to turn it into a roll-up, but Moose was able to kick out after 2.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Oh, shit. No, yes. Okay, sorry, it was literally happened like almost an hour and a half ago. I got bad memory, and I'm over here trying to remember the shit. Pardon me on that. But still, okay, yeah, that makes it a little more like, wait, oh my god, he actually went. And, okay, that's when, reality sank in. Boom, fuck, ow.
Precisely.
So I get it.
I was entertained.
It could have, if the goal is to show that the system still can't be beat, then beating Cody Deaner the way they did is fine. But if the goal was let's make people root for Cody Deaner more closer near falls would have been the way to go. That's just my opinion. I am not a professional.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't think any of us are. But now let's get over to, not sure if I would pick this as an exciting segment or a weird segment, but let's talk about it. So, okay, so there was a match.
Jose, is this the right picture?
Yes.
Okay, because are you sure this isn't a clip from the movie Reservoir Dogs? The spot where Michael Madsen's about to burn a guy alive, having him tied to a chair and dousing him with gasoline.
Oh my god! I thought, yeah. Oh no, you said Michael Madsen. I thought that was Harvey Keitel, but no, you're right. It was Michael Madsen.
Yeah, it was Michael Madsen. Harvey Keitel was a different guy in the group.
Okay,
you sure that's not them?
No, it's not them. And I saw Reservoir Dogs too. Okay.
Okay.
Get your finger out of there.
Okay.
Anyway, so Earlier in the evening on TNA Impact, there was a match between Ace Austin and Mustafa Ali, in which Ace Austin won by disqualification because Mustafa Ali disqualified himself on purpose to lay in punishment on Ace Austin with a steel chair because he's a fucking asshole. And then Mustafa Ali and his cabinet were chased out by Mike Santana, and as soon as they got to the parking lot area, like, Mike Santana was found in the driver's seat, and he kidnapped one of the members of the cabinet, Jason Hotch. And so he brought it, and then Mike Santana brought Jason Hotch over to an undisclosed location,
complete with a camera crew.
Complete with.
Oh my god!
And then he tries to lay in like the intimidation tactics on Jason Hotch, like getting him really scared, getting him really afraid. And he was like talking down to him on like what Mustafa Ali would have done to this guy. And then he grabs his shovel, and it looks like he was about to go to town with it and whack Jason Hodge over the head. And then Jason's like, no, please don't do it. Please don't.
Oh, he actually caves and tells him everything.
Yeah, he.
Okay, was it an actual metal ass shovel?
It was a shovel.
Okay, it wasn't a snow trough, you know, the with those plastic shovels for snow?
No, it was an actual shovel.
Okay, I was about to say, like, all right, other than that, okay.
Damn.
Cool, interesting, fucked in the head.
Oh, God.
A camera crew went to this to film this for everyone. So...
Well, you know, what makes you think that Santana doesn't have any friends in the filming business? Who are in gorilla position, you know?
Like, guys, either make the camera invisible for everything or make it part of it for everything. This weird half reality, half I'm following this guy and the thing with the guy, like, it's too fucking weird for me. But, okay, I guess this works and makes Santana look like a badass. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Mustafa Ali is such a prick, so yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. All right.
Let's kidnap all of his guys. I don't know.
All right, now let's go to the, this should have been an exciting match, but this was very weird for me to process. All right, it is a first round triple threat match for the inaugural TNA International Championship Tournament. And the first three participants to compete in this tournament are AJ Francis, Mance Warner, and Sami Callihan.
Why does Mance Warner look like he's been taken hostage? Oh, wait. Steph DeLander's his partner. Now I understand.
Ha ha! Ha! That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my god. Anyways, but you might as well call this just another one-on-one match between Mance Warner and Sami Callihan because AJ Francis was in the background. Like, he got in some action, but a lot of it is just focused on these two hardcore deathmatch freaks. Especially this one spot where Sami Callihan grabs a random TNA poster from under the ring, grabs Mance Warner, and grabs him by the webbing of his fingers, and then gives him a paper cut.
Really?
Yes.
What the fuck? Oh!
Anything Moxley could do, I could do better.
I could do anything better than you.
I can.
Yes, I can.
Or worse.
Yes, I can.
But, yeah, no, these two guys continued brawling with each other, and Sami Callihan was doing his thumbs up, thumbs down shtick, and he was about to lay out Mance Warner, and then AJ Francis, at the last second, finally knocks out Mance Warner, grabs Sami Callihan, lays him out with the down payment, the giant choke slam, Big Show choke slam, to pin and win, and he will advance. Your winner, advancing to Unbreakable, AJ Francis.
What? You said he was barely in the match.
Yeah, because he was barely in it, and then at the last minute, he got into the match, and he fucking lays out Sami Callihan with the down payment, and then after the match, in a post match video segment backstage, Sami Callihan demanded Santino Marella to book him and Mance Warner in a barbed wire massacre match at Unbreakable.
And what did Santino Marella say to that?
Granted.
Wait, really?
We're doing it.
A barbed wire
massacre
match. Oh my god, no. Please tell me. No, if Sami Callihan, if there isn't an official contract signing where Sami Callihan pulls out the barbed wire ballpoint pen again, I'm going to be very perturbed. I want to see the bloody contract signing with the barbed wire ballpoint pen. That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, Moxley.
Why didn't we save that picture?
Yeah, Moxley, you think that you're hardcore? If you don't have a barbed wire pen, you're not hardcore enough, buddy.
No, not at all. Seriously, fucking AJ Francis, how dare you? God, the fucking nerve.
It's okay. We like him better than we like Swerve. No, seriously, I actually read that apparently.
For real. Like we're annoyed with First Class as a faction, but the guy AJ Francis, he's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, thankfully, there were no awful or bad segments to talk about this week on this week's TNA Impact, so we are spared of that. But we do have to talk about the main event segment because we are not sure of what the future holds for the TNA World Champion, the prestigious one.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Unfortunately, Joe Hendry was not all smiles, and he didn't even do that camera that turn that he does with the camera.
He didn't turn to the camera.
He didn't turn to the camera.
No.
He was very sad.
Very sad, Hendry. No.
On last week's
he needs to be motivated.
Yeah, I know. And on last week's, here's the thing. On last week's edition of TNA Impact, Joe Hendry accidentally hurt his rotator cuff, his shoulder. Didn't injure it, just hurt it. And we weren't sure about the future for the TNA World Champion. He got sad. He started sad first, and he told the fans that, he would be a defending champion, but you can't be a champion if you're not able to compete, if you're not able to defend the title. And the doctors all advised that he shouldn't be in ring action, and he should take time off to recover. And then Joe Hendry was able to turn that frown upside down, and he was able to, and he's declared that he will be in fighting condition when he goes when TNA Rebellion rolls around on April 27th.
Yay!
Hey, thank you for faking us out. We didn't need that emotional, crippling feeling.
I don't need to be fucking mortified or demotivated at all.
You ass!
How dare you? We need to be motivated. Joe Hendry.
But because we haven't seen enough of this guy, then out comes Frankie Kazarian to interrupt Joe Hendry.
Really? More Frankie? Dude, just go to Hollywood. Fuck, man.
Frankie Kazarian interrupts the proceedings, and he doesn't want to wait until Rebellion, and he wants to fight Joe Hendry. And then Joe Hendry tells him that, hey, he feels the same way. In fact, on next week's edition of TNA Impact, Joe Hendry will be teaming with the TNA Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich to take on the team of Frankie Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, indeed.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
so we got us a mixed tag match coming up.
Next week, baby. Next week.
Yay. All right. So, Frankie is dealing with the racist. And Joe Hendry
is teaming with Masha Slamovich.
With the Knockouts World Champion herself.
Yeah.
So, champs versus chumps.
Precisely.
All right. I can dig that.
Ring that bell.
All right. Don't mind if I do. Where is it? There it is.
All right, so final thoughts on TNA Impact. A solid show, to be honest. Great opening segment with Ethan Page, and a great segment with, of course, Joe Hendry, assuring us that he will be in top condition going into Rebellion, and all the other matches were pretty good. I laughed my ass off with the Cody Deaner match with Moose because I thought it was really brilliant the way he outsmarted the X Division champion or outlasted him. It was so fun. All the other matches were fine. And yeah, no, that segment with Santana about to whack fucking Jason Hotch with a shovel. Damn, they were really pushing the envelope. Murder. Now,
God.
This week's edition of AEW Dynamite was okay. I'm not big on the Young Bucks returning, and the Young Bucks helping the Death Riders didn't make any sense to me.
Go the fuck away, Nick and Matt. Go the fuck away.
And I've lost respect for Swerve Strickland after his comments, and I've actually read his, and I actually listened to his interviews on his comments on Booker T, so fuck him. But the main event match with the Ops beating the Death Riders, that was pretty solid. I like that. And the 8-person tag match was also funny. Seeing Ricochet getting his bald head slapped by all 4 guys was good. And everything else did okay. Everything else was all right. And you know what? Jericho, I know, regardless of our feelings, Jericho taking some time away from wrestling honestly might be the best for him right now. He needs to be gone for a while.
Maybe he can start working on those ab crunches.
Now, this week's edition of WWE NXT was also pretty damn good. Dark State has made a statement at the cost of the NXT champion and Trick Williams and Javon Evans. Also, we had a great opening match where we saw the return of Julia, who has turned on her best friend, Stephanie Vaquer.
No, how could you?
But all the other matches were pretty solid. We got the debut a tag team match featuring Swipe Right from WWE Evolve, and they did pretty solid. And they also had other women matches were pretty good, but I wanted to talk about the tag match as the exciting match because I wanted to bring more emphasis on these new guys because I think they're really good as a tag team.
No, you're saying that they've got what it takes. That's fine. I was just looking at the optics and my mid-2000s brain went billion chuck.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So that's going to do it for this week, folks. Of course, we're going to be continuing, and we're hopefully going to come to the finale of our Let's Play this Saturday with Plague Tale Innocence on Los Amigos Play at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube at Kick. And we'll also have another edition of the Ravens Vlog this Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube at Kick. And tune in to next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, where we'll be going over our usual reviews, and it'll be the go-home shows before WrestleMania weekend, which, just want to remind you, we're doing a watch party for WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 1 and Night 2, start times at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube only. Mark it on your calendar, April 19th and April 20th.
Just remember, folks, it is a watch party. We're not going to be able to stream the actual content of WWE, but if you're going to be watching it along with us, you're welcome to do so, and you are welcome to join us in the celebrations.
Exactly. But until then, Juan, please plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona! As he reviews for you the best and the worst of 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Send it to the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe to the follow button, ring the notification bell so you can see all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button, ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Vlog.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse, I'm Jose Casabona, and just for my own personal amusement, one more time, for the road, fuck Swerve Strickland.